welcome to this video. In today's video, I want to go over everything related to the Skool business model, why you should avoid it in 95% of the time, why it is the best option in the remaining 5%, also just my thoughts in general on the entire info product space as of now, digital products, and probably also the best roadmap if you're looking to get into the space as an agency. And I'll show you the exact model that I teach my students and the agency that I run myself next to my coaching business. So just everything info product business related, and of course with a major focus on the Skool business model, understand why everyone is preaching it and when to use it and when not to use it. Okay, so it's a pretty important video in my opinion if you are in this space. So understand that I'm pretty biased because throughout the past 2 years, my entire journey has been built around scaling high ticket info products, and suddenly the big wave as of now is low ticket. So it triggers me a bit, but hey, I want to give you an objective kind of rundown, my viewpoint on it, and also give you a lot of tips and tricks so that you can go out and hopefully take some action yourself. Maybe not with the business school model, but with something else, okay? So first of all, I just want to clarify that if you are a creator with 50,000 people or 1 million people, engaged people in your audience, skip this video and go start a Skool community. Then you don't need to watch this, right? But you're not a trusted creator, then you're not watching this video. You're probably a person looking to get into the online business world. Welcome, best decision that you'll ever take. Maybe you already have a few low ticket clients. You're looking for like the next big thing to like really hit it, get a really good case study in your agency and then just get going. And you're probably ending up watching this video because the entire market on YouTube, on socials, on Twitter, the entire market is telling you one thing these days: start a paid Skool community or help someone else do the same and then take a cut of the revenue. So in order for us to like take a solid logic decision, we have to understand why everyone is preaching this model, right? So it's very simple. Alex Hormozi invested into Skool, which is the platform created by Sam Ovens, which is also who's also a legend in the space. You can see the announcement here. Right after his announcement, it literally triggered a huge trend, right? Everyone was like, okay, what is this Skool thing? How can we benefit from it? All of these things. And you can also see the Google Trends search. This was literally at 0. Then Mr. Alex Hormozi posted this post that he has now invested into Skool. Now the stuff is flying, right? So of course, that is what has triggered it. Alex Hormozi, probably the biggest business influencer. Yes, that is a word in my opinion. He invested into Skool, which has now triggered a ton of other actions, right? So a lot of creators are now preaching Skool. Great way for them to monetize their audience. Coaches and creators are now diving into Skool to run their community, to run their platform. And also due to that, a lot of agencies, people like you and I, are now looking at this like the next big thing because they're like, I'm running a bad agency, it's not going that well in my business now. I have shiny object syndrome, I will go into this model. So in my opinion, most of it is just shiny object syndrome. If you had a perfectly running business, you wouldn't care about Skool, right? You would just continue doing the thing that you do. So please understand that it's also a trend. You can catch the wave and make some money, but the most important thing for me is just to teach you about it, give you the fundamental understanding of why the business model is good and why it's bad, and then you can take the best decision from there, okay? So in order to do so, I need to break down the business model so we fully understand how people make money from Skool, why it is good. And in my opinion, there are 2 ways that you can go about it, okay? First of all, you can launch your own community for 100% ownership of the revenue that you generate. That is almost impossible for you with no audience or a little audience. So that is probably not what I would do. But what is most normal for people like you and I that doesn't have a large audience is to build a community for someone that has a large audience and then take a percentage from it, right? So the factor is that is essential for both ways for this Skool business model to work. You need a person with a large audience, right? So I just wanted to take a concrete example. This has not been done. Maybe you can reach out to Richard and then get this done. But hey, right here, I want to break down the Skool business model and how I would use it and for what kind of people I would use it for, okay? So the main thing that we need is a market leader in their industry. For example, Richard here, when it comes to everything garden related, right? You can see the guy has almost 800K subscribers on YouTube in the niche of gardening. He's getting some solid views. The guy's probably a garden legend, right? So what a Skool community and a low ticket product would look for Richard is that he could probably make a community called the garden community, right? It's $49 a month. Inside of the community, you'll get weekly garden tips and tricks, how to take care of your plants, what flowers to plant, blah, 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 right? 2 weekly group calls to connect with other gardeners in the space, meet Richard, ask questions about your own garden, maybe discount codes for the most popular garden shops around the world, and then maybe a 2-hour video course called The Garden Essentials, understand everything you need to know, okay? And then the main thing for this is that Richard, of course, takes this low-ticket community, and then he mentions it at the end of all of his YouTube videos. So hey, I actually have this paid community where you can blah, blah, blah. Just click the link and sign up. You can literally, it's monthly subscription, it's only $49, and you can literally quit anytime, right? So of course people watch the videos, and then maybe 0.05% of his subscribers, they actually say, hey, Richard, I'm gonna sign up. This sounds amazing, man. That is 400 people out of the 800,000 people. They pay $49, and now Richard suddenly, within a few hours, the guy is now doing $20,000 a month in reoccurring revenue with his garden community. Sounds amazing, right? If you were Richard, you keep all the money. If you help Richard, you can maybe get 20%. $4,000 for one client, not bad. This sounds amazing, right? Like, hey, it's free real estate, like the guy here. But the problem is, there are not that many big creators in a niche. And most of them that are big creators, they are big for a reason, right? Like they've been in the space for many years. They have a good team in place, or they have some sort of other product that they are pushing that has funded their entire journey into becoming the market leader in the space. Just like Richard, he literally has best-selling Amazon books on gardening. So that is the way that he makes money, and of course through sponsorships and also YouTube AdSense. So hey, if you were an established creator or a personality yourself with a great personal brand, then you could probably get in contact with Richard, you know. But I'm assuming, sorry, that you don't have a big online presence. Maybe you don't even want to. Maybe you don't have a brand. So let's be real. It will probably be near impossible for you to actually get in contact with Richard. And again, with also no cases, no proof of concept, it's almost impossible to actually partner up with him on this project. And because he doesn't really need it, that is also the factor. He's not in a position where he is needy. There's no urgency for him to take another decision and go another route in his business, okay? And that is the main problem. You have to understand that is the main problem with the hype around Skool. Low-ticket communities, Alex Hormozi investing, blah, blah, blah. It is so easy for these people to preach this model because they are all in a position where they have crazy good foundations. They have a large audience. All of these people preaching the Skool model, they have large audiences, they have case studies, they have proof of concept, they have a brand and a name, right? These 4 people are the people that is the biggest right now in the Skool space. The people that we hear about, the people where it's like, oh, but this guy's making so much money from his low-ticket community, right? Of course, Alex doesn't have a community, not yet, but the guy was the investor in Skool, and he literally has 2.1 million subscribers when it comes to business, right? He's the go-to guy for all sales, marketing, kind of like leadership spirit, right? So that everyone trusts this guy. And now this guy go out and says, hey, I invested into Skool. That triggers a wave of people running into Skool. Then there's Hamza, who probably has one of the biggest Skool communities out there, 2.3 million people. And basically his audience is just younger male, people like, for example, me, who wants to level up in life. Mad respect for the guy. But again, of course, I would also preach a low-ticket community if I had 2.3 dedicated million subscribers, right? Andrew here, a legend when it comes to YouTube, 650,000 subscribers, and the inventor and the guy behind Skool, Sam, 160,000 people, and had back in the days one of the largest educational companies. So all of these people have literally everything in place in order for the Skool business model to work perfectly for them. Problem is, you and I, we don't, okay? Don't worry, you can still make it, you can still make a really, really profitable agency and run a perfectly good business, just like I've done. I've just taken a completely different route, and I've tried to map out what I've done right here and what I've done for my clients, and that is what I did, and this is what I recommend you to do as well. Because the low-ticket community is actually a part of this. But it's not step 1, it's step 7, okay? So the route that I like to go is that I want to find a coach, an expert, a person that is really, really good at what they're doing, okay? They are already selling a digital product, which can be coaching, a mastermind, a video course, one-on-one coaching, whatever it is, public speaking even, right? They are extremely good at what they're doing, and their audience size doesn't matter at all. I've worked with people that makes $15,000 to $20,000 a month, and they had 500 followers on Instagram. because they were so good at what they're doing that they just ran their entire business on word of mouth. It's insane, right? So find that person, a person that loves coaching but has no clue how to use social media, right? Maybe it's a mindset coach that has been coaching big companies for 20 years, and now he wants to not sell his time all the time, but sell a digital product, be more leveraged, help and inspire more people. And that is where you can sell a high-ticket community, for example, high-ticket coaching, high-ticket mastermind. Well, I'll get into that. Because the main thing, next step here, is to create a high-ticket offer if they don't have one. But like most of the time, these people actually have a decent medium ticket offer, 2,000 to 3,000 followers, bump that up to $5,000 and add some more variables so that make sure that it actually $5,000 worth, some values such as like community, some more one-on-one, better video material, in-person events, these things that like increases the level and the perceived value of the product, okay? Then understand that most of the coaches that you will find have a very small niched audience. Again, doesn't matter. And then you want to go ahead and take 20 to 25% profit of their coaching business, because you will be generating and be doing the entire customer journey. That is important to understand. And it's a lot easier for you to sell to someone that doesn't have a lot of authority and have a huge pain point in their business. They have a pain point of not generating any leads through social media, and they don't have any authority because they don't have a big brand. Whereas the people that I just showed you, impossible to get to, they already have a team in place, they understand social media. Okay, so it's a lot easier this route. Here is also why I believe high ticket is in 9 out of 10 times the best way to scale something digital. We have to understand, in order to do high ticket, we don't need high volume, we need low volume. Here's the example that I wanted to do. Let's say that you have a coach who wants to make $20,000 a month. You either need 4 sales of $5,000 or 200 sales of $100. I know what route I'm picking if I'm working with a coach that doesn't have a large audience, right? So you need a low volume in order to make results happen. From the people that end up joining this high ticket product, they have a high commitment. They paid a lot of money. They are very committed. High commitment often results in great results. Happy students, happy life, okay? Because they paid a lot of money, they listen to the coach, they do what the coach says, and they get good results. Surprise, surprise. Whereas if you pay $49 a month, you're not that committed. Like, hey, they didn't even notice that they lost $49. They're not that engaged. Doesn't really matter, right? It's also more predictable. This guy, Richard, if he's posting a YouTube video, he's just crossing his fingers that some people will end up joining. When I scale coaches and I set up the customer journey, I know exactly what it takes and how much money I need to spend on ads in order to generate a $5,000 sale, right? So it is predictable, it's easier to predict, and there is simply just more leverage around because the product is a lot more expensive, which gives us a lot more kind of like breathing room in order to actually scale and spend some money and generate a sale, okay? Also high trust. If you paid a person a lot of money, you trust them a lot. Simple as that, right? And again, the road to 20K, that should be the benchmark for you scaling your clients. It either takes, as I said, 4 sales of 5K or 200 sales of $100. Then here's where you come in. Like, you must be the person that takes care of everything in the front end. In the back end. So basically you build the entire customer journey for the coach, right? They're really good at coaching. That is what they should focus on. You should focus on generating them clients through social media. So you run ads, you create short form content, content overall, also YouTube videos, these kind of things. You implement an appointment setter, build a landing page, and the coach maybe takes care of sales calls, or you hire someone to do so. And that is how you run their entire business. You can charge a high retainer because you're literally a full-time employee with the things that you're setting up and running. And then, of course, you also have 20 to 25% of profit, same boat as the coach. You're in this thing together, right? Then what happens is that you'll start scaling, and you'll notice that you'll get some sales if you're doing your job the right way, okay? Then what you want to do is that you want to take that money and reinvest into content and ads, and then you're stuck in a positive flywheel. Generating sales, more money into ads, more revenue, more students, more proof of concept, more money on ads, and that more money on ads will give more traffic. More traffic will end up in more followers, more people seeing the content. Better content will also generate more and a larger audience. And suddenly we're at step 7, launch a Skool community, because now you've scaled, you've built up a following, right? You build a following of people that trust you. They noticed you through ads and content. They follow along. They didn't have $5,000 for the back-end mastermind high-ticket product. Guess what? Launch a low-ticket Skool community. And then you want to use that community to upsell people into the high-ticket one. Okay? And that is exactly, ladies and gentlemen, how I would go about the Skool business model. Hopefully you learned something, when to use it, when not to use it, why it is good, why it's bad, and what I would do if I were beginning and starting out with my agency. If I already had a few clients making $2,000 or $3,000 per month, transition into high-ticket coaches, high-ticket sales, these kind of things. Take a large profit share, large retainer, focus on high-ticket, reinvest money back into ads, build a following, launch a Skool community, right? That is it. Not a lot of fluff, just my thoughts on everything. Please leave some feedback for me. I love creating these YouTube videos and I need your feedback in order to actually get better at creating them. Hopefully you like the format of just going through a Notion page, some visual, my thoughts, and then hopefully you learn something. I want to keep the videos around this length so that you actually understand it. My goal is for you to understand it, right? I don't want to give you some silly template. I want you to understand it, because then you can take the best decision for you and your business and the position that you're in, if you understand it, right? So thanks again for watching it. If you have any questions or feedback, drop them below. Remember to subscribe. And I also run a coaching program, Short Form Society, where I guarantee you $5,000 a month with a money back guarantee. Links in the description. You can check it out if you want to. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.